Okay, I hope you guys don't mind. I'm chopping up garlic, getting ready to cook dinner. But this is a continuation of the video the day before. Now, Article 2, Paragraph 4. Donald Trump, that's the UN Charter. Donald Trump is in direct violation of this. Basically, going into a country, removing its leader without the country soliciting um, your presence is invasion of a sovereign country. And we, the United States, in the past have always defended countries that are under the attack of some foreign um, government. Say Ukraine being uh, bullied by Russia, Taiwan bullied by Japan, bullied by China. Um, we can go to many African nations that we've gone in, um, but I want to highlight that the bombing of Nigeria on Christmas Eve uh, to liberate the Christians under attack by the ISIS, false. They were not under attack. Of course, there is tension between Islam and Christianity, but in many parts of the world, I'm here in the Philippines. Why is the United States not here? Um, protecting the Christians against uh, the Muslims here. Probably because there's no immediate wealth in it for Donald Trump. The China bullying the Philippines, why isn't the United States here defending the Philippines against China? Yes, they did with a warship blocking it from um, blocking a Philippine Coast Guard from being rammed. And then China said whatever they said, and Donald Trump just backed off. But he's not protecting the Philippines, which last I checked, they were the U.S. ally. That the relations between the U.S. and the Philippines goes back probably about 80 years, and Donald Trump has failed to come to the defense of them while China was building islands. Um, Donald Trump kept his mouth shut. They were building airstrips. Donald Trump kept his mouth shut. But there's no major oil reserves here. It's like Greenland. Greenland has precious minerals. And that's why you call yourself Donald Trump being the bully of the world now, giving the United States a very, very bad reputation. And Fox News, your state media, is claiming that there were no deaths in your whatever your military action, since you don't want to constitute it as a war, but those things are only done when countries are at war. So I guess you're redefining the definition of words. Um, you took a sitting president, whether you approved of it or not. The Venezuelan people did not ask for the United States' help. You go after this guy, Maduro, which you say is a drug lord, but yet I think Hernandez you pardoned last month, which is a drug lord, which was jailed in the United States. So The meaning for Donald Trump of words are, I guess, meaningless, which I guess that's a new definition when it comes to talking about Trump's actions. And after the Trump presidency, how long will it take America to be respected again? Will Donald Trump do that much damage in his terms that it's irreversible? The United States just position in the world. Yeah, we may be a superpower, but we're supposed to, you know, hold our heads high and be respected and let people understand and feel safe that we will defend democracy around the world because that's what we believe in. But now we will only defend democracy when it is financially in Donald Trump's favor. And I want to clearly define the United States and Donald Trump have two different philosophies. And it's just sad that he's in a position that normally represents the sentiment of the United States, but now it's just all about Donald Trump. You know, he wants to say America first, and go get these oil wells that the American companies had put so much money in. They invested so much money, but if they've invested so much money, how come it's going to cost like $53 billion to get things up and running where we are tapping into the wealth? Oh, because Donald Trump wants to increase the output from 1 trillion barrels a day to 3 trillion barrels a day, and that's going to cost 53 billion more dollars invested. And although the U.S. petroleum companies invested in Venezuela, they knew that the oil was it was heavy crude and it was going to be difficult to refine, but they invested in it. Investment is a risk. You either win or you lose. Now you can't go in and rebuild the infrastructure and then charge the people that you're stealing the oil from. That almost sounds like tyrant behavior. Or maybe that's definition is changed. I don't know. With this guy, I don't know. All I know, the words that I would use to describe him, they're not positive words. And I can't even say, well, maybe he's a nice guy and I just don't understand. But someone that is going to spend, we don't know how much, they haven't given us the dollar figure on how much it cost the United States to get Maduro and his wife. Why his wife? I mean, I've never heard of anyone arrested and we're going to bring your wife and put her up in a hotel and, so she can go to the trial. That sounds pretty crazy to me too. Maybe there's just so much money and the world is so corrupt that Maduro took $100 million buyout to let this happen. They put in a double, and Maduro is going to live his best life in witness protection. I have a vivid imagination. Maybe that's what took place. But to arrest a guy and his wife, the wife didn't do anything. So, to move on with this. So the money that he spent to get Maduro, the money that he has spent to surround Venezuela, and there are Americans going without health care. There are vets that are losing their benefits. The U.S. infrastructure is suffering, but yet we or he is going to have us spend this money going down in another country, taking their president, and then tell that country how to run themselves, how to govern themselves. And then after that, he has in sight Cuba and Greenland and Nigeria. Who are we, America, that we put up with this guy? We need to realize that it's we the people. It's not I, Donald Trump. It's we the people. So let's get together, stand up, hold this guy accountable. I'm sure the ICC court would love to talk to Donald Trump, since it is crimes against humanity that he has done in several places in the world. And along with Rubio, Hegseth, um, Mike Johnson just can't pull things together, being speaker, and other members of Donald Trump's cabinet. It's interesting how his daughter Ivanka isn't in the picture, because I think she understands more of human needs and compassion because she has small children. Although her husband, he's a work of art too. So, America, let's get together and vote to take America back and make it once again we the people, and put in representatives that represent the people. And if they believe in America first, it's about helping Americans first. That's how America prospers. And with that is the end of this, because I'm about to finish my adobo. And everyone have a blessed day, blessed night, wherever you are. And just thank you for hearing me out as I'm doing my prep for cooking. And love you guys. Once again, Happy New Year. And you guys take care of each other. Everyone love one and lift one up. God bless.